In 2025, a silent shift is reshaping the Filipino diaspora. 12 countries, some expected and others surprising, are tightening their borders against Filipino immigrants. This raises the question of why nations that once welcomed Filipino nurses, teachers, and workers are now turning them away. The reasons are complex and painful, ranging from labor disputes to diplomatic rifts. What does this mean for millions of overseas Filipino workers, OFWs, and their families? We will now explore the stories behind these closures and examine why Filipinos are facing closed doors around the world. Number 12. Kuwait. Kuwait has long been a hub for Filipino domestic workers, with over 200,000 OFWs contributing to its economy. In 2025, the country intensified crackdowns on overstaying and illegal migration, deporting thousands of Filipinos, many of whom worked in households or construction. A 2024 incident involving a Filipino worker's death under unclear circumstances sparked public outrage, straining diplomatic relations between Manila and Kuwait. This led to a temporary ban on new Filipino work visas as Kuwait focuses on protecting local jobs and tightening visa regulations. The Kuwaiti government claims these measures uphold immigration law, but many Filipino workers feel unfairly targeted. Many OFWs, who send billions of dollars home in remittances, now face uncertainty as their families rely on their income. Negotiations to lift the ban continue, but Kuwait remains focused on local employment amid economic stress. Public sentiment, influenced by media coverage of overstaying migrants, has increased pressure. Despite this, Filipinos remain central to Kuwait's domestic labor force, raising questions of fairness. Reforms aim to improve worker conditions, but inconsistent enforcement leaves many vulnerable. This reflects wider regional challenges. As Manila pushes for better agreements, the toll on families and futures grows. Filipino resilience remains strong, but the path ahead is uncertain. Number 11. Japan. Japan, with its aging population, once welcomed Filipino caregivers and nurses to fill labor shortages. However, in 2025, stricter visa rules reveal a shift toward job protectionism. New policies prioritize local hires, citing economic pressures and cultural integration concerns. Filipinos, who are highly valued in healthcare and hospitality, now face tougher scrutiny, with visa rejections doubling since 2023. This reflects Japan's broader aim to shield its workforce amid rising nationalism. Cultural perceptions complicate the issue. Some communities, despite Filipinos' contributions, still see them as outsiders in a largely homogeneous society. This sentiment, paired with job concerns, has led to tighter controls, especially in low-skill sectors. Automation also plays a role. Japan's investment in robotics, including automated nursing tools, has reduced the demand for foreign labor. A 2024 report showed a 15% drop in foreign worker visas, affecting thousands of Filipinos. The Philippine Embassy is pushing for fairer access, but bureaucratic delays remain. This shift is about more than just jobs, it's about balancing modern needs with cultural identity. For Filipinos, it means adapting to a system that values their work but questions their place. While efforts continue, many face growing uncertainty in Japan's changing landscape. Number 10. Italy. Italy's 2025 crackdown on undocumented Filipino workers, especially caregivers, stems from labor law violations and economic concerns. With over 150,000 Filipinos in Italy, many support aging households. However, expired visas and exploitative conditions have led to rising deportations. Nationalist sentiment fueled by far-right groups has intensified scrutiny, with a 20% increase in deportations since 2024. Italy's unemployment rate, at 7%, has prompted Italians First policies. Filipinos, despite their essential roles, are often caught in the middle. Reports of unpaid wages and poor treatment have driven authorities to tighten labor regulations, but enforcement often punishes workers rather than employers. The impact on families is significant. Some Filipino caregivers, after years in Italy, face sudden separation. A 2025 case involving a caregiver deported after 15 years drew wide attention. Diplomatic efforts for worker protections continue, but Italy's political climate slows progress. This mirrors a larger European issue of balancing labor needs with political unrest. Despite their compassion and skill, many Filipinos face an uphill struggle in a system that undervalues them. As policies evolve, their future in Italy remains fragile. Number 9. Australia. Australia, a major destination for Filipino healthcare and hospitality workers, has tightened immigration rules in 2025, focusing on visa fraud and job protection. eye-based border checks, introduced in 2023, uncovered forged documents, leading to a 25% rise in Filipino visa rejections. The government frames this as safeguarding jobs, but many Filipinos feel unfairly labeled. Post-COVID reforms made temporary work visas harder to obtain. A 2024 policy shift prioritized local hires in sectors where Filipinos traditionally excel. Over 10,000 Filipino workers now face potential deportation. Illegal recruitment networks, some operating from the Philippines, have worsened the problem by supplying fake documents, harming the reputation of legitimate workers. Australia's response, stricter screening, has slowed legal migration, causing family separations and uncertainty. While the Philippine Embassy works to streamline legal channels, delays persist. Australia benefits from Filipino workers, but growing protectionist sentiment complicates the picture. This tension, needing migrant labor but protecting local jobs, defines the challenges OFWs face today. Number 8. Malaysia. Malaysia, with over 100,000 Filipino workers, is intensifying action against overstaying and illegal migration in 2025. Construction and service workers are being deported as Malaysia prioritizes local employment. Reports of labor exploitation, including unpaid wages and unsafe conditions, have contributed to recent visa bans. In 2024 alone, 5,000 Filipinos were deported. Recruitment issues have added strain. Many workers fall victim to deceptive job offers or illegal agencies. These systemic problems make enforcement difficult, often penalizing the workers themselves. The emotional toll is deep, as OFWs supporting families suddenly lose their jobs. A viral 2025 story told of a Filipino worker deported after a decade of service. While talks for labor agreements are underway, progress is slow. Malaysia's actions reflect a regional push for labor control amid growing economic pressure. Filipinos continue to work hard under difficult conditions, but their future remains uncertain in Malaysia's tightening system. Number 7. Qatar. Qatar, employing thousands of Filipino construction and domestic workers, has restricted new visas in 2025 following reports of labor violations. Wage theft and poor working conditions, especially highlighted during the 2022 World Cup, have led to global criticism. Visa suspensions now affect over 200,000 Filipinos. New labor laws aim to improve worker rights, but implementation remains inconsistent. A 2024 report found that nearly a third of Filipino workers still faced unpaid wages. While these reforms address long-standing concerns, many workers still face the same issues. The emotional and financial costs are high. Filipino workers often face long delays in wage recovery or legal recourse. Advocacy from the Philippine Embassy continues, but results are limited. Qatar's approach reflects a broader Gulf trend: labor reform under pressure, but limited follow-through. Filipinos remain vital to Qatar's growth, but many now face a more uncertain future. Number 6. Singapore. Singapore, a key destination for Filipino domestic and construction workers, is reducing visa availability in 2025 due to automation and stricter hiring laws. Technological advancements, such as cleaning robots, have cut the demand for low-skilled foreign labor. A 2024 report showed a 20% drop in Filipino work visas. Singapore's strict immigration enforcement adds to the pressure, with visa approvals falling by 15% from 2023. The country's focus on efficiency and local employment leaves little flexibility. This shift has personal consequences. Many Filipinos face job loss despite years of service. One widely shared 2025 story featured a maid denied a visa renewal after 10 years of employment. The Philippine government is proposing tech-focused training programs, but implementation is slow. Singapore's transition reflects a global move toward automation. For OFWs, the challenge is staying relevant in a rapidly changing labor landscape. Number 5. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, home to over 800,000 Filipinos, has increased restrictions in 2025 due to labor violations and cultural tensions. Cases of abuse and wage theft in domestic work have led to deportations. A 2024 incident involving the mistreatment of a Filipino worker sparked diplomatic friction. Cultural differences complicate employment. Filipino workers, who are mostly Catholic, sometimes face difficulties in a conservative Muslim environment. New labor protections exist, but enforcement varies, leaving workers exposed. The stakes are high, as Filipinos in Saudi Arabia send billions of dollars home, and disruptions affect entire communities. An estimated 10,000 deportations occurred in 2025. Philippine officials are seeking reforms, but progress is limited. This situation highlights the complexity of labor in the Gulf. A deep reliance on migrants but challenges in fully protecting them. Number 4. United Arab Emirates. The United Arab Emirates, UAE, which employs over 600,000 Filipinos, has restricted visas in 2025 due to labor violations and cultural differences. Reports of abuse and movement restrictions among domestic workers prompted new regulations, but enforcement remains inconsistent. Religious and cultural differences contribute to tension. While Filipinos are praised for their work ethic, they often face compatibility issues cited by employers. A 2024 case drew attention to the treatment of a Filipino maid, fueling public debate. The impact is widespread. An estimated 8,000 visa denials occurred in 2025, affecting income and family support. While the Philippine government is pushing for better protections, change is slow. Filipinos remain crucial to the UAE's economy, but their path is increasingly uncertain under current policy shifts. Number 3. Greece. Greece, an emerging destination for Filipino caregivers and hospitality workers, has tightened immigration in 2025 due to economic concerns and rising nationalism. With unemployment at 6.5%, new laws prioritize Greek citizens, leading to deportations. In 2024, 3,000 Filipinos were affected. Despite their role in caring for elderly populations, Filipinos face growing political and media pressure. Some are unfairly blamed for economic challenges. Deportations have disrupted families, with longtime residents forced to leave. The Philippine Embassy is advocating for improved protections, but limited progress has been made. Greece's approach reflects a wider European struggle to balance local needs with labor demands. Number 2. United Kingdom. The United Kingdom, UK, a major destination for Filipino nurses and service workers, tightened immigration rules in 2025 as part of its post-Brexit labor policy. A 2024 report showed a 30% rejection rate for Filipino visa applicants. More than 50,000 Filipinos now face increased scrutiny. Public sentiment has shifted toward prioritizing British workers, even in sectors like healthcare, where Filipinos are essential. A case involving a Filipino nurse deported after 10 years went viral in 2025, sparking debate. The Philippine Embassy continues to lobby for fairer treatment, but immigration enforcement remains strict. The UK's evolving policies highlight a trend of valuing skills but limiting access. Number 1. Russia. Russia's 2025 decision to cancel work visas for Filipino workers was unexpected, driven by political tensions and security concerns. With over 20,000 Filipinos in construction and service roles, recent deportations stem from diplomatic disputes and internal security reviews. A 2024 security incident involving Filipino workers escalated the issue. Visa denials have surged by 40%, leaving many mid-contract. Russia's actions reflect a broader trend of isolation and control, affecting workers who rely on these jobs for family support. Efforts by the Philippine government to negotiate better terms have seen little success. As global politics evolve, Filipino workers are once again caught in the middle of international tension. The stories from these 12 countries reveal a complex mix of economics, politics, and resilience. Filipinos, known for their dedication and global impact, often bear the burden when immigration policies shift. Yet, their spirit endures. These restrictions highlight the need for stronger diplomacy, legal migration systems, and protective policies for workers. The Filipino diaspora remains a vital part of global progress, sending remittances, enriching cultures, and building communities. The world is changing, but the Filipino spirit remains strong, resilient, proud, and unstoppable.